Well, hey, bosses, and welcome back to another one of our weekly live broadcast Ask Me Anythings, where I'm answering your social media questions to help you create a profitable business through smart social media marketing. Every single Wednesday, we are here live on Facebook.com/KMRobinsonSocial, and I answer your questions. Now, this morning I put out a call, and we are answering a couple of questions that people wrote in this morning, but I will answer your questions while we are live on air too. So if you're joining me, feel free to drop your most burning social media marketing questions in the comments below, and let's dive in. We're going to be talking about hashtags today. We are going to be chatting about how to take better photos for Instagram, and we're even going to be breaking down some other things as well. I'm really excited for this one. A lot of great questions came in today. Let's get started with this one from Alyssa, and she says, is it best to switch up hashtags in every post? I usually have tags in a note that I copy and paste, but lately my likes on Instagram are significantly lower. Is there some way of getting us to tap into other tags? I like figuring out what kind of pictures my viewers like, so even if the picture isn't necessarily on topic, if my caption is that okay? And what kind of content is best for IGTV, Facebook versus YouTube videos? All right, so let's break this down. A couple different questions here. I'm really excited for this one. The first thing that she wants to know is, should we be switching up hashtags? And Alyssa, absolutely. Here's the thing, with Instagram, they are looking for places that look like bots. So if your account is constantly posting the same hashtags, the same type of things, if you are copy and pasting these lists, they are going to start thinking that you are acting like a bot. If you're acting like a bot, you're going to get killed in that algorithm system. You're going to take a hit, and you are going to be lowered down in how much you are shown to people. So you should be switching up your hashtags. Now, as a pro tip for this one, I actually recommend to my students to have several lists of hashtags. So you should have 6, 7 different types of lists and then rotate through them. And as you are using them, delete some. Add a couple in, add things that are specific to that photo. So every single time, you do have some that you recycle and reuse over and over and over again, but you have them in different orders. You have different ones mixed in with them. You take certain things out. That way, it's a little bit unique every single time. So you should definitely have lists on your phone of hashtags. I definitely do. I've got different lists for the different types of things that I'm posting, the different categories I'm posting in, the different products that I am showing off. And then I have variations of those where I switch up those hashtags and add things in, take things out, and make sure I add in relevant things. So if I'm posting a location-based tag, I'm adding that in as well. If I am posting on a specific type of topic or a holiday, I add those in as well, and I mix them up. And that way, Instagram does not think that I look like a bot. Okay, so let's move on to the next part of this question. I like figuring out what kind of pictures my viewers like. So even if it isn't or even if the picture isn't necessarily on topic, if my caption is that okay? Yes, as long as your picture or your caption or both have to do with the hashtag you are going to be using, you can use that hashtag. So let's say you take a picture of a coffee cup, but you're talking about writing at your desk and you're going to be tagging those things. That is totally okay, even though it was a picture at a coffee shop of your coffee. Or let's say that perhaps you are actually talking about something else and you took a picture at a location. So let's say you took a picture at Comic-Con, but you are talking about something else. You can hashtag Comic-Con because it was in your picture. Or if you're going to be going to Comic-Con, like I am this year, I'm going to be one of the featured authors there at Comic-Con. If I start to promote Comic-Con, even though I haven't been there yet, even though my picture is not from Comic-Con, I'm talking about Comic-Con, it's okay for me to tag it because it's relevant to that post. So as long as it's relevant in some way, you're good to go. Now, in terms of content for IGTV and Facebook versus YouTube, a lot of that can be reused. You do need to respect the platform, of course. So if Instagram is a little bit different than your YouTube, you want to make sure that you're doing it the right way. So if you're using IGTV, you want to make sure you have that vertical video and you have topics that go with what you're talking about on your Instagram. If you are doing a completely different series over on YouTube and it doesn't really relate to your Facebook, don't do that. And if it doesn't relate to your Instagram, don't do that either. So make sure it is relevant. Make sure that you are kind of tipping it. And if you have not seen this week's video, or last week's video, I guess it was, I did tell you how to make a vertical video out of your horizontal video. So if you are creating video for Facebook, for YouTube, for even your Instagram feed, I show you how to use it then over on IGTV. So make sure you check that out. Video.kmrobinson.com will kick you over to my YouTube channel where you can actually get that information. But what kind of content is best for it? Anything that's going to engage. So educational or entertaining. If it's not educational and it's not entertaining, people don't care. I know that I've got a lot of authors who are hanging out with me. So you want to be doing things about your books, your characters. You want to be entertaining with that, or informational about your writing process. I know I've got candle makers hanging out with me live right now. You want to be doing behind the scenes of your process, or gift ideas. You want to be educational about this. You want to make sure that you are showing how to use your candles, or how to make candles, or how to give candles like a gift, how to decorate your home with candles. So educational or entertaining, either or. You got to solve some kind of problem. They're bored and they need to learn something, or they are looking for answers to something, and you're answering those questions. You're taking away that pain point for them. So entertaining or educational when it comes to either of these, and then make sure you're respecting the platform as you are doing what you are doing within your videos, and you want to make sure that content goes with those types of viewers. Alyssa's in the comments and she says, good to know. I have 2 lists that I rotate through and delete some, but good idea for more lists. Always have more. I would have at minimum 6 or 7 at minimum, but I also probably wouldn't go like a huge amount unless you have a lot of time on your hands, and then switch things up and change the order and take things out and leave things in relation to the first question, all about switching up those hashtags. All right, let's move on. I've got new questions to answer. And if you have questions, if you're joining me live, I would love to get those answered for you. We're on for about 20 minutes every single Wednesday answering your questions. And so we are going to get as many answered as possible while we are here live. So Melanie says, what types of pictures are best for Instagram? Well, here's the deal. Instagram actually has some things that tend to trend a little bit more than others. So pictures of your face, pictures of you personally, do way better than pictures of things or scenic things or quotes or any of those things. Quotes are okay for Instagram. Quotes tend to be more for Facebook. You can get away with that every once in a while, but you have to have a really strong caption to go with it, because people really aren't here for quotes. They are here 100% to see beautiful imagery. So quotes I would leave behind. Do not put memes on Instagram at all, ever. That is not the platform for it. Respect the platform, and that ain't it. So I would go with beautiful pictures of you, and then just straight up beautiful pictures as well. The pictures of you do much, 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 much better within that engagement range on the algorithm than just pretty pictures do. We also find that certain colors do better. So Instagram tends to lean heavily toward pinks and creams and peaches and like soft pastel-y colors. But some people do really, really well, and it depends on the brand, but some people do really well with bright popping colors. So you will see things that are either like those soft pastel, pink, pretty colors, or you're going to see some of those like bright fuchsia-y colors. Both colors don't do as well, but you can get away with that. You don't want to go for darker things. You do want to go for those light, bright, and airy pictures. So anything that along the lines of light, bright, and airy is going to work really, really well for you over on Instagram. And you want to be mindful of that as you are creating your imagery. All right, Lynn has a question for us. Lynn says, will you recommend a few of the best hashtags for authors and bloggers? I'm a blogger, but I PA for authors. I recently started a YouTube channel, and my main feature is Fangirl Thursday, where I gush about an author I am reading and loving. Can I share that in IGTV? So let's break down Lynn's question here. Lynn has said, what are the best hashtags for authors? Now that obviously is going to require some research. So you need to jump into your industry, and this is for everybody. You need to jump into your industry and figure out what is working for people. So go to the big names in the industry who are getting engagement. I don't just mean famous people. So talking specifically about the book industry, you will be going to authors who are getting engagement, not necessarily the popular authors. I have found, because I am in the author industry, I have found that the popular authors are terrible at posting on Instagram. They have no idea what they're doing in terms of getting engagement. So you need to find people who are kind of doing really, really well getting engagement. So who is getting a lot of people talking to them? How are they responding to them? Are they having conversations with them? What are they doing? Then start looking at the hashtags they're using to get found. Now, I know specifically for the author world, because I am in part of the author world, you have tags like Bookstagram, you've got tags like Bookish, Am Reading, Author Life, all of these things, but you have to be mindful of the genres. So whatever genre you happen to be working with has tags associated with it. The hashtag Bookstagram is the biggest in the industry right now, but it's not necessarily meant for adult romance. It's not necessarily meant for adult fantasy. It's not really meant for middle grades. It's not really meant for children's books. the predominant place on Bookstagram, or the predominant photos on Bookstagram, are for the young adult genre. So if you're not in the young adult genre, you can still post to Bookstagram, but you're not going to get very much engagement because that's not what people are looking for. So where are those people? Let's say you're a romance author. You're going to want to start looking for more of those romance tags because people will be looking for that over there. So be mindful, and then check the hashtags. Just because a hashtag was really, really good for your genre 2 months ago doesn't mean it's going to be good now. I used to be using certain hashtags that were really, really good for my genre. I used genre-specific hashtags like the dystopian hashtag. And then when I went and looked at the dystopian hashtag, it was flooded with things that had nothing to do with books, and there were very few books in it, and it did me no good. And for months I was using those dystopian tags, and there was nothing there that helped me, and no one was coming to see me because that's not what they were looking for, and that's not what was being posted there. So be mindful of what's working and frequently check on those. So Lynn, for you, I would recommend that you do look into the Bookstagram hashtag, start looking at some of those really good, well-performing photos, and then look at the hashtags that they're using in those photos and start investigating to see if it fits for you or for the authors that you are working with. In terms of your video series, Fangirl Thursday, if it is doing well on YouTube, then you can use it over on IGTV as well. People do like fangirling. So if you are getting a lot of traction over there, it's a definite good thing to repurpose this over on your IGTV, but you don't want to overwhelm them if they are not responding to it. So if you're just talking about people that you like, if you're talking about books that you like and authors that you like, but it's not getting a good reaction, find other content. It sounds like it's probably not the best choice to be using on YouTube or on Facebook or on Instagram if you're not getting that engagement. But if you're getting really good engagement, use it again and again and again and repurpose it and get it out there. But you don't want to have the exact same content on YouTube that you do have on your IGTV. So mix it up a little bit. Have it as kind of a teaser, the top highlights of the video, of the longer YouTube video. Wow, guys. Have the highlight reel of the top 3 things you love about them that you have in the YouTube video, and then encourage them to go check out your YouTube video as well, or mix up that content just a little bit so that it's not the exact same thing. If you have not checked out my video about repurposing your content, it is over on YouTube video.kmrobinson.com if you want to get kicked over there to get your questions answered on how to repurpose those videos. Amber wrote in today and she says, do you have advice for taking decent Instagram photos without access to fancy photography equipment? Well, Amber, yes, I do. As a professional photographer, I have been educating entrepreneurs for years on how to take better photos for Instagram, for Facebook, for all the social media platforms. And I do have, if you go back in my past and you look, I do have a playlist out there on YouTube on how to do this, but I have actually refilmed this with brand new tips and tricks on how to take photos without the professional equipment to get a more professional look. I'm going to be releasing that in the next few weeks. I have them all filmed. I just have to edit them. I've been busy editing all these other videos for you. So that is coming soon. But if I am going to be giving you a tip today, it's that natural light is best. So you should be photographing the things that you are photographing in front of a window, in front of an open door, outside if you can. Natural light looks way better than artificial light. But if you cannot use natural light, or if it's a dark and stormy day or whatever, you do have to be able to know how to fill that with artificial light in a way that's going to kind of look like natural light. So here's my tip to you. Do not use yellow-based light. Yellow-based light will kill your images. It's going to look yellow. You want to use a white-based light, and most stores sell white-based light now. Or you can go and get some professional equipment like a ring light, like an umbrella light, whatever. But as long as you go to the store and get a white light bulb, not yellow, white light bulb, that's going to give you some of that natural look as well and treat it as a filler. And then you can make your own reflector to bounce that light if it's not strong enough, which is one of those things I show you in the tutorials. So I'm going to show you how to make a reflector for under $2. Honestly, it's under $1, but we're just going to say under $2 to bounce that light and to work with the natural light that you have and the white-based artificial light that you are working with to enhance your photos. And then, of course, you want to make sure you're editing. If you're taking a photo on your phone, you can edit it right on your phone. You can edit in Photoshop. You can edit it in Canva. Whatever you want to do, but you want to enhance it so that it's not hazy, it's not blurry, and you want to watch your angles as well. All of this is stuff we're going to be talking about in that video series. But if you are shooting a product, you want to shoot straight down, not at an angle for the most part, unless you understand the angles, because it's not going to look lifestyle. It's going to look like a bad photo. So straight down, edit your photos, use natural or white-based light, and more details on that one are going to be coming when we drop that brand new training for you guys. I'm really excited about that, and that is coming in the next few weeks. All right, we've got just a couple more a couple more questions we're going to be answering. Let me go ahead and pull those up. Here we go. Connie says, there was one day IG showed me a post from a year ago, kind of like the memories feature on Facebook. It hasn't done that since. Did Instagram get rid of that feature? No, Connie, they have not. That is something they do every once in a while. It's not a daily thing. They're not going to be bringing it up nearly as much as Facebook does. But I am still, to this day, getting those notifications. Now, unfortunately, there's nothing much that you can do with those year-ago posts. You can add them to your Instagram story, but you have to have a reason to do that. And I'm going to remind you guys, a year ago, were you as good as you are now? Do you know what you were doing back then? Are your photographic skills better than they were back then? Are your caption skills better than they were back then? I would be very, very mindful of what you are putting on your Instagram stories. It's nice to show things off, but if you want to show things off, honestly, I'm going to recommend you to go dig out that photo and say, hey, do you guys remember when? Instead of reposting that. It's just not something I want to use on my platform, and it's not something I recommend that people are using. I might change my mind should they enhance these features, but right now, not a feature that I want associated with my account. And I don't recommend that you do that either. It's a nice little, oh, hey, look where it was a year ago. But we've changed so much, and we've always been using Instagram in a more business way than Facebook. So to go back a year and say, oh, look at my photography skills, or look at my captioning skills, you've changed a lot in that time. I would probably show that off in a different way other than this memory thing that they've got going on. So it's not gone yet. It is still there. I'm just not using it. I don't necessarily recommend that you are using it as well. All right. Let me see. Make sure I hit all of those. There we go. I knew I had one more. Oh, nope. That was the one that I just showed. Let me search through here. There we go. This is the one I wanted to answer. Well, two questions left. Let's fast pace this because we are over our 20 minutes right now, or almost at our 20 minutes, 17 minutes. So I've got 3 minutes to get these answered. Let's go ahead. And if you've got questions in the comments, if you're here with me live, feel free to drop those in and I will get those answered on air if I have time. Otherwise, we're going to get those answered next week for you. We're here every single Wednesday answering your most pressing questions. So Melanie wants to know what types of pictures are best for Instagram. I did answer that one. Sorry, guys. I really should be taking these off as I go. I'm learning how to use the brand new part of the platform here. And I guess I am right down to my last question. And they have things that they were showing more than once on my thing. So there we go. Now we're back. We're back in business, friends. All right, Connie says, we can only do one thing on Instagram a day. What should it be? What will raise our visibility? And of all the questions I've answered today, this is the most important. So listen to me here. Are you ready? What is the one thing that you can be doing on Instagram every single day to make sure you are seen more? And this answer is going to shock you a little bit. Are you ready? It's not posting a photo. It's not posting a video. It's not going live. It's not doing Instagram stories. It's not doing IGTV. What it is? Getting into the comments on other people's photos and supporting them and starting a conversation with them. You want to make sure when you are on Instagram, you are being social. Instagram, Facebook, all social media platforms are there. They exist to create relationships. They want you to have conversations. So when you go to someone else, they should be someone in the industry. It should be someone who maybe they've interacted with you, maybe they haven't. Someone that you like and respect and follow. I want you to go to their page and start leaving comments. Not come see me comments, not look at me comments, but I want you to go and leave valuable comments on the photos and videos that they are posting. Start a conversation, ask a question, answer the questions that they've left in their captions. Have that conversation and start a real meaningful relationship with these people. It's going to take time for them to come and check you out. It's going to take time to convince them that they should be reciprocating and speaking to you on your platform as well. Something that does take up time to build. And sometimes people will come over, sometimes they won't, sometimes will. But your job is to start those conversations. So every day, take 10 minutes, get in a hashtag you like, a hashtag that you're a part of, a hashtag where your friends are, start having conversations. So if you're a local-based business, get into a local hashtag, have conversations about what they are posting, what they want to talk about. And then I want you to get into a hashtag related to your business. So if you want to get into that book hashtag. If you're a candle, you want to get into something those clients are going to be like a home tour type hashtag. If you are a photographer, you're going to want to get a local-based hashtag, so your town or the city around you, and have conversations. Be present. Be mindful of what you're saying, and then support those other people. Some of them will come back to you. They say it takes about 10 comments of you leaving to get one comment back. So is it a little work? Yes, it is. But is it worth it? Yeah, because it works. It's how you start those relationships and you actually kickstart those conversations over on Instagram. So the best thing you can do to get noticed every single day is to take 10 or more minutes, however much you can afford, but minimally do 10. If you are laying in bed in the morning, go ahead and get up and do that for 10 minutes before you get up. If you are watching TV at night, if you're watching that primetime television, do it on the commercials for the first 2-3 commercial breaks. Get in there and have those conversations, start that communication, and teach them how they should then be interacting with you, and do it with a heart of giving as opposed to come look at me, come do things with me, all that fun, fabulous stuff. I definitely hit the wrong button there. Sorry, guys. There we go. So here's the deal. If you are struggling with your hashtags, if you're struggling with your Instagram, if you are struggling with finding what you are doing on social media and you would like a little bit of help, I have a little bit of a bonus for you. Come on over to hashtag.kmrobinson.com, where I am giving away a free hashtag guide to help you handle your hashtags and figure out which hashtags are actually going to get you seen more by more people. And I'm giving you the #1 offender hashtag that is actually preventing you from being seen and killing your client relationship and costing you sales. So go ahead and grab it, hashtag.kmrobinson.com. I would love to give you a copy of that for free. Plus, I have some extra bonuses on how to get seen over on Instagram. And if you've got questions, I would love to get those answered for you. Feel free to drop those down for me every single Wednesday. I am here on facebook.com/KMRobinsonSocial answering your questions, and make sure you are bringing your friends to the party so that we can all create a profitable business through smart social media marketing. And as always, you can go hang out at videos.kmrobinson.com. I'll kick you over to my YouTube page where you can subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my even shorter bite-sized tips for creating engaging social media that actually gets you sales. You can come hang out in group.kmrobinson.com, which will kick you over to my closed Facebook group where I'm answering questions exclusively in there. And you have early access to all of the video tips that I am putting out every single week. I'm dropping new videos on Tuesday and Fridays, and I'm doing our live Ask Me Anythings on Wednesdays every week here on the Facebook page, KM Robinson Social. I would love for you guys to come hang out. I'm KM Robinson. As always, come hang out, kmrobinson.com. I just put some brand new content out on the website, so you do not want to miss that. Big things are happening, and I've got some special bonus for you coming soon. And of course, hit me up on social at KM Robinson Social. I would love to hear from you guys. Until the next time, feel free to drop your questions for me, and I would love to get those answered for you. I will see you again on Wednesday, and stay tuned because I've got a brand new video coming out on Friday on YouTube. It's all about creating your Instagram bio and why the one you have right now is probably killing your sales. Not even joking, guys. We're going to show you how to fix it to make sure that you actually get those sales and you get those clients from your biography on Instagram. I'll see you on Friday over on YouTube. Until then, have a great day and stay inspired. Bye-bye.